Welcome to today's mock interview preparation session, designed specifically for aspiring human resources advisors. If you're gearing up for an HR advisor interview, you're in the right place. Let's dive into our first question to help you shine in your upcoming interview. Can you tell us about a time when you had to step in and resolve a conflict between two coworkers? What actions did you take, and what was the end result? This question digs into your conflict resolution skills, which are crucial for maintaining a harmonious workplace. Here's how you might want to structure your answer. Begin with a quick overview of the conflict and the employees involved. Explain your approach, focusing on communication and mediation strategies. Describe how you encouraged a resolution that suited everyone. Highlight the outcome and any positive changes that followed. Reflect on what you learned and how you can apply it in the future. Now, let's look at an example of how to nail this question.
In my previous role, two team members couldn't agree on their project responsibilities. I arranged a meeting for them to voice their concerns. By actively listening and fostering open dialogue, they both shared their perspectives. Together, we clarified roles, which led to a successful project and better teamwork. I learned just how vital clear communication is in resolving conflicts.
By the way, we're only covering a handful of questions in this video, but I've prepared a free PDF with all 30 top interview questions for Human Resources Advisor. It also includes example answers and tips to help you prepare with confidence. The download link is just below. Could you share an example of how you effectively communicated a challenging HR policy to your team or management? This question assesses your ability to communicate complex information clearly and effectively. Here's a guide to help you craft your response. Select a specific policy that posed communication challenges. Set the context and describe why it was difficult to convey. Outline your communication strategy and tools used. Share how employees or management responded. End with the positive outcomes or changes that occurred. Let's explore an example. Answer to give you more insight.
When we rolled out a new remote work policy, some employees worried about losing flexibility. I organized an all-hands meeting with clear slides to explain everything and provided a FAQ document to tackle common queries. The feedback was positive, and employees appreciated the transparency.
Tell me about a time when you worked successfully as part of a team to meet an HR-related goal. What was your role and how did you contribute? This question evaluates your teamwork skills and how you collaborate with others to achieve goals. To structure your answer, consider these points. Choose a specific HR project or team effort. Use the STAR method. Situation, task, action, result. Highlight your unique contributions and skills. Emphasize the importance of teamwork and communication. Conclude with the outcome or what you learned from the experience. Here's an example answer to illustrate how you might respond.
In a project aimed at boosting employee engagement, our team was tasked with developing a survey. I was responsible for designing the questions and facilitating focus groups. By communicating regularly and iteratively gathering feedback, we increased engagement scores by 30% after implementing the changes.
How would you manage a situation where multiple employees express dissatisfaction with a company policy? This question tests your ability to handle employee concerns and manage dissatisfaction effectively. Here's how you can break down your response. Listen carefully to employees to understand the core issues. Gather specific feedback and examples from employees. Communicate openly with management about the sentiments. Propose possible adjustments or alternatives based on feedback. Keep employees updated and involved in finding a solution. Let's consider an example answer to guide you further.
I would start by meeting with the employees to hear their concerns about the policy. After collecting their feedback, I'd present it to management with suggestions for changes that could address their dissatisfaction.
Imagine an employee consistently receives poor performance reviews. How would you advise their manager to address this? This question evaluates your ability to guide managers in handling performance issues constructively. Here's how you might tackle your answer. Advise the manager to have a one-on-one discussion with the employee. Help establish clear performance expectations and goals. Encourage regular feedback instead of waiting for formal reviews. Advise on identifying any underlying issues affecting performance. Suggest creating a development plan with necessary support and resources. Here's an example to help you visualize a strong response.
I would recommend the manager starts with a candid conversation to understand the employee's perspective. Setting clear goals and discussing areas for improvement are crucial. It's also beneficial to provide ongoing feedback rather than waiting for formal reviews.
Before we wrap up, remember you can get all 30 questions, example answers, and step-by-step tips in a handy PDF. Totally free, just grab it below.